Well, we're here for the final round front nine coverage of the MPO lead card at the 2025 MVP Music City Open, presented by Another Round. We are JK USA, and we are bringing you the sloppiest coverage we have ever brought to you on JomezPro with the help of myself and Kevin Jones.
It's great to be here. We've got a few guys within striking distance. It's going to be so exciting.
True that. Austin Turner and Paul McBeth leading the way. 15 under is the pace. Kind of what we foreshadowed in round one, saying that right around that 3 to 4 under per 9 average is going to get you in the hunt. And so far, that's paying off to be true. 15 under is a good average. However, today, the wind is not going to be an issue. It's just ground play. Can you get close enough off your shots to make putting easy and you don't have these long shots in the fairway for approaches? That's going to pay off big time today, because every step could be your last step on your feet before you fall on your booty.
Exactly. This could play out so many different ways. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be exciting.
Make some noise for Paul McBeth.
So Paul McBeth on our lead card. We've been checking in with him all tournament, throwing some great shots, playing great, and hungry for another Pro Tour win. It has been a season and a half drought for him, which is the longest drought in his career since he won his first Pro Tour win / major, going all the way back to 2012.
Wow.
Give it up for Austin Turner.
Austin's been eating this course up with his left arm.
Do you think he literally eats with his left hand?
Yeah.
Do lefties? I don't know. I just wonder. I don't know how that works. I would assume so. He's going to have to make a putt from outside the circle, hitting the early rock shelf.
Make some noise for Niklas, Anttila.
I just feel like it's way too far in my life to not know if a lefty eats with their left hand. Like definitively. Anyways.
A lot of times they write with their left or right hand, and I don't know. It goes either way, dude.
No, man.
It goes either way.
Lefties, it's a crazy world. It's a crazy world. I'll just put that out there.
Oh!
Did that?
No, it didn't hit the basket, but that's an exciting first shot from Niklas. Getting it over the rock edge.
Yeah, that was right down the middle. Hits the skinny gap, but the biggest gap there is. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That would have been something else.
It's really hard to get up there into that bullseye.
Also 13 under par, 2 off the lead. Put your hands together for Ezra Robinson.
Ezra continuing the fire start to his season, making the lead card for the final round. Just a matter of time before he put it all together, and so far this season he has been one to beat.
He's been so hot. He's been at the top of the leaderboard every tournament.
And pulls this one right, out of position. Still gives it a go, of course. So tough to stretch out that far left and still get the height and Anheuser to give it an actual decent run.
Yep. This would be a great start for Austin here. Get it in there. We got less wind today. Pitch putts are going to be favored.
McBeth, great drive, just a tap in. So Austin and McBeth stay knotted up at the top.
Niklas parks it, gonna get his birdie to start. I don't know what scores I would be expecting these competitors to get here, especially to chase for the win. I think double digits is gonna be looking good.
I'd agree with that. It's, we saw Casey White turn in a course record-setting 12 under yesterday, which finished in a bit of wind. So today we're going to be absent of that. Gavin, after a birdie start.
Huge start. And that's right at circle's edge, too. Could go for the turkey to start the final round. How great would this be?
I would say quite great. Yeah. Just another player to add to the list of guys to watch this year. Gavin, right there, 15 under, one back of our leaders. Thanks to his hot start. On to hole 2. Par 4, got to get through this gap, up the hill just a little bit. Once you're about here, you're going to have a pretty decent shot into the green. You got all this open space off to the left side. There's OB short and early to the right that you can find in that little pond. It's kind of hard to get in there, but penalizing and doable. But there's a little bowl here where it collects good forehands or backhand turnovers quite nicely. A par 4 that you'd like to get just clean off the tee, and then you're pretty much guaranteed a good look for the birdie. Exactly what you're looking for off the tee.
Yeah, you're not going to see anything flashy here.
Well, we did see Chris Dickerson go backhand cut roller on this one, which is, I would argue, pretty flashy for this gap.
Not for Chris.
Not for Chris. But you're right. It doesn't require anything other than a straight gap hit off a slightly precarious tee box that has just been getting wetter and wetter for about a week.
Yeah, all the tee boxes are going to be slick. They're all going to be using their rain run-ups all day long.
Describe your rain run-up.
It's just slower. You just got to stay on top of your feet, not try to put your momentum into that last step, but just kind of glide over, kind of like James Conrad.
A lot more emphasis on your upper body.
Yes.
We saw that displayed quite well there from Ezra. A lot of upper body strength. Tough backhand approach.
It is a lot harder than the forehand, that is, but not bad.
It's just hard to get it to cut around the corner at the right time to park it. Not hard to get to circle 2 like Ezra has there. He'll have a downhill putt for the birdie. I'm liking it. This guy's got to be up there towards the top of bullseye percentages. I know he missed at that time, but so many check-ins that we've had with McBeth have been just drop-ins for birdie. That's the next best thing to a drop-in for Austin coming up. Niklas going low. Interesting play with the low shot.
It was lower than he wanted, I would say, but that's in there. Oh, just a little short from Ezra. I wouldn't think there's too much wind that he would be feeling right there. It is a different direction than the other 2 rounds.
And in for birdie is Austin. That's a scary putt, though, Ezra. Elevated stance. You're going downhill towards OB. If he hits the top of the basket, he very easily could skip into the middle of that little water area, lose his putter on the second hole. So, I mean, I don't blame him for the low miss, but it's a putt he'd like to have back. Have you ever lost a putter mid-round?
Yes, I can't think of an exact memory, but yes.
It's happened. I think of last year, Andrew Presnell, when he won the Champions Cup. On the 8th hole, I believe, he lost his putter and still went on to win the major. We got to check in here with Gannon Burr on the 5th hole, and it's parked in the tree. It's in the tree. Now it's in the basket.
Whew. That's a Gannon putt for you right there.
I think I've seen the knee brace in there before. That might be due to the locked knee syndrome that Yuli always brings up. It's an inside joke here, Kev. We'll talk about it over the this commercial break. Turns out Gannon actually injured himself while stretching out before the round, and that is what caused him to put on the knee brace. Much to Yuli's chagrin. On to hole 3, par 4, 625 feet. Doesn't require a ton of distance off the tee if you want to set yourself up for a longer second shot, but we have seen players going for the aggressive, the backhand flex shot for Austin Turner or the forehand shot to get through both sets.
I like an aggressive tee box here because of the fairway being so slick. I think you take advantage of at least some decent footing.
Yeah, McBeth gets it to turn just enough to make the gap.
Yeah, that's just good enough. I mean, a little bit of luck, but puts him in a birdie position.
We've seen Austin smack this drive in round 2. And does he get around the corner?
He did. I
Does
thought
it again.
Thought it wasn't turned enough, but that's the same spot we saw him throw from. Basically, a little less of a hyzer angle this time, possibly.
Is that the same guy in the field, too? I mean, it's like that. I feel like there's a carbon copy of round 2.
Niklas sticking with the game plan. I think that's a good angle.
I like it.
I think it's a good angle. It's tricky. It always looks like a little too far right, but I think he's looking right at the basket. Like this one too. We'll see.
Yeah, I think those are fine. And I think it sets up a very Niklas-esque second shot.
Yeah.
He just gets to kind of work in that mid-range seasoned fairway driver, whatever speed he's going with.
Yeah, these are plenty good for birdie. Let's see this shot.
Just
okay.
Barely avoids the corner of the tree. Okay, so yeah, circle's edge. That's good work from back there.
I played with Niklas in round 2, and he is making those putts.
Okay. Just a calm.
Yes.
A
just
calm and a
dropping
confidence.
him in there. He's looking so good from that distance.
Well,
let's see if it holds up for round 3.
Yeah, we'll see. It hasn't been tested yet. Ezra will be tested once again for a birdie on 3. He's going to be about 40 feet out. Now on to the drives that made the gap. McBeth up first. This is going to be pushing that edge. Okay. Tough putt coming.
Yeah, he'll be straddled out.
Are those some raindrops coming down?
A little bit.
Little bit of moisture. Okay, we finally have circle 1 for our card.
Not bad. Austin again at like mid-circle, 20 feet or so.
Okay, McBeth straddling out far left. Oh, come on. Oh, come on with that.
This is big time.
Oh, man.
Annie out of the hand, and just he drops it in.
That's gorgeous. Some of the most fun putts to make are the steep anhyzers that just kind of flatten their way into the center.
Yeah, it's not like he warmed up on the practice baskets with his anhyzer putts. He's just ready to go.
Creative, poised.
Boom. This is definitely lead card.
Okay, there we go. That putt's not getting hit on the 7th card. Not at that type of regularity. 2 in a row. See if Niklas avoids getting big putted or double big putted.
Ooh, that is nice looking.
It's just soft, slow center. And yeah, you might have an argument. That's a little left of center. Not when it's that soft and slow.
That's the sweet spot.
That's the sweet spot.
Yeah, that's a swish.
All that it's an absolute swish. It's right where he wants it to be.
No.
Austin gets triple big putted.
Yeah.
And there is something to be said about seeing 3 great putts before you step up to yours. There's a feeling of, I don't know, embarrassment. Like, if I miss this one, this would be bad. And there's times when that thought doesn't cross your mind, and there are times when that thought does cross your mind.
Yeah, it will cross his mind. And I think with that too, it probably is going to cross his mind again coming up.
So let's see if that translates into any lack of confidence for Austin moving forward. Only cost him 1 stroke off the lead now with McBeth at the top.
This is a hole that can shake things up for sure. Curious to see what this lead card's going to do. Wouldn't be surprised if they star birdied it, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see a bogey or 2.
Yeah, this one really shows its teeth in the heavy wind that we've seen our players competing all week against. But in the calm, this is a much more manageable tee shot, which makes a much more manageable second shot.
If there's any wind, it's going to be coming from behind this time.
Okay.
It's making the discs a little bit more stable. No crazy headwind today. Paul playing the flex.
And gets enough distance to avoid that OB corner that juts out just enough to be sketchy if you don't get enough distance off your tee.
I'm loving that if I'm Paul McBeth.
Niklas just rocking the disc to sleep. Turns this one over.
Okay. That's this is like similar to where Isaac was round 2. It's a cutoff angle. He won't be able to throw a pure hyzer.
Yeah. Gonna have to shape something with a lot of distance. I want to say 450 for Niklas. You think that's probably
I
fair?
would have to. I think I'd guess a little bit shorter, but I'm unsure.
It's downhill significantly, so it will make the 450 place shorter.
What's this gonna do?
This is gonna find
it
OB
did.
right. So
If you're gonna go OB and you're Austin Turner, that's where you're gonna want to do it. But
Yeah.
but now this is where the hole could get long.
I would say he's no closer than 430.
Look, Niklas has to go flat out of the hand, make it turn over. That's
That is
nice.
just precision distance control.
Just I can't even say it enough.
And it doesn't even try, he doesn't get aggressive to turn it towards the basket knowing that those limbs are in his way. He plays it to that spot knowing that he's confident on the greens right now. That's a just big smart play.
Good recovery from Austin. He should be able to get out of there with a par. That would be nice.
He would love that. Don't want to compound any more mistakes.
Ezra's tee shot hyzered out for him, so he has a much easier shot than Niklas coming in, but that doesn't make it a gimme.
Gosh. The monster guardian catches Ezra on his way to being parked.
Paul just needs to be calm and collected right here.
Opportunity to grow that lead a bit. And
Yes.
yeah, he's going to do that.
Sidearm, sidearm.
Too easy. It's going to be a 4-4 start for McBeth.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice chase.
And you've got famous MMA player Julian Marquez on the bag, the Cuban Missile Crisis.
From a knee, he wants it just a little bit low, though. To stay perfect. Niklas, is he just going to drop it in?
Yeah, he hammers that one with some conviction.
Well, he had a little bit of a headwind, so maybe he just putt through it.
Yeah, it looked like maybe, was there slight low ceiling as well? It looked like he might have had to.
Shouldn't be too crazy,
Okay.
but maybe actually there are some branches that hang over there. So yeah, that's a potential factor. Great up and down for Austin, keeping it alive.
Puts a Band-Aid on it. Meanwhile, McBeth is inching closer and closer to 20 under. It's going to get him to 19. 2 players off to a perfect start through 4.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep eyes on McBeth. Like he's like, let's just follow the leader right now.
Yeah, the wind is such a huge factor here at this course, and without that wind, you're going to see some really low score shots.
Yes.
So Gannon, third shot on these. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Third card. On to the 7th hole.
That almost went in. Marweed showing the sidearm.
Oh, are we going to show Marweed making a C2 putt? This is just unusual, folks.
Come on. Goes to 15 under. What a great front nine he's got going. Oh, it's...
Look at the basket. Look at all the missed putts that have splattered mud all over the base. Oh, this poor course. Gannon quickly makes his birdie putt. And he's 6 down through 7. Great start for him on the 3rd card. Just trying to get back in the mix. And he's doing a good job so far.
All right, we got Gannon chasing a little bit. Ty Love putting in a good round, but almost done.
Yeah, that's good for him. It's going to... Wherever he finishes, it's going to jump him up, get some more money.
All right, let's go on. Hole 5 at 375 feet. This one, they're going to want to avoid those big, hairy cedars in the middle. They're going to want to hang it out to the left, maybe play to circle's edge left side to be safe, and then drop a putt in.
This one requires just a touch of Anheuser out of the hand.
That's money.
And it swings out wide enough for McBeth. Good height for it to stall, stop, plop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, that's
minus the roll.
That's exactly what McBeth wanted to do. Let's see Niklas. Niklas's sidearms, in my opinion, have been looking shaky, but like go right where they need to go.
Yeah, he has a lower preferred line. And he does it once again. He does get the skip, and then it's going to go blub.
I saw him throw the exact same line in round 2.
So he is a robot. Okay, brother Robin Spin electing to go the same route that we saw from Isaac in round 2. Just saucy.
Yes, very handy there.
Perfect width.
There we go.
Just needs to get that stability and plop.
No ground play for Austin, unfortunately, but 3 putts from a very similar location.
On a slopey green like this, too, like you can very easily find yourself sliding away from your mini.
That's a frustrating one for Ezra. He's got 1 birdie, really trying to get things going. He knows he really needed that one.
All right.
Yes, this is what Austin needs.
So many players get that good push off that back foot. This is going to be so much more like flamingo style where you got a lot of your balance on that front foot.
Yes.
And you can't really push off that back foot, otherwise you'll slip. See the minimal push off there from McBeth?
I do.
It's a big factor in changing your putt, making those little tiny adaptations, allowing your body to continue its normal processes from your waist up. But this is pretty typical for Niklas. He doesn't get a lot of push with his back foot. He's just kind of upright already. So this doesn't quite affect him as much as it might affect other players.
There's a certain distance when he gets close enough to the basket that he stops the momentum shift.
Yeah, and he just kind of leans over and kind of like
for shorter
like a pendulum style putt.
Yeah.
So Ezra unable to make hole, 5? A double star frame consecutive rounds. I mean, in all my years of being behind the microphone, I have never seen anything quite this sloppy.
Yeah, it's really bad out there.
It's interesting television, though. I'll put it that way. All right. Hole 6, 777 feet, but it's not full of luck. I'll tell you that right there. This is a tough one. You would love to just keep your drive in the fairway and in the fairway once again. Take your par on this one. You feel great. But I don't think Niklas and McBeth right now are too interested in taking pars. They are off to hot, perfect starts. It's going to require a drive down the middle, I would say. It looks like McBeth is going down the middle.
Yeah, you don't have to, but I like down the middle. With down the middle, you're trying to take out big numbers, no potential huge numbers.
And something to keep in mind if you're McBeth, when you start the round with the lead and you birdie every hole, you can't be beat, it turns out.
Yep. He's in the driver's seat right now.
No doubt.
Another good looking shot. You can hyzer out more than you think on this hole, more than players think. There's OB on the right side of the fairway. You don't have to contest that.
Yeah, there's the natural OB on the left side and the actual OB also left side, but you're more likely to find the OB on the right side, which is where this hole gets really scary.
That's solid from Austin. Maybe a standstill forehand for him. I think he could find a birdie from there. Ezra really needing to get something going, and this is a great hole to do it.
It certainly is. A birdie here pays dividends in a big way, and that's about as good as a drive gets.
Yes, very nice. He can throw a very similar shot and get a putt.
Not going to be a standstill. Austin's going to take an aggressive run up. Let's see if he's able to keep his footing. He is.
He does. Look at him follow his feet. That is insanely difficult. That's a big time shot. Oh my gosh.
I am speechless for that. That is so good. The follow through, it changes the way that you throw your shot. You don't get to quite plant and deliver that hit in the same way you normally do. That takes a lot of athleticism for Austin to pull that shot off that great.
You're exactly right. Paul throwing another like simple hyzer.
The dude is in the pocket right now, man. He is locked.
He makes that look way easier than it is. Niklas looking high. I love it today. Let's see it.
Interesting.
This is a play that we have seen players do a lot in past years, but the conditions haven't quite allowed for it this year. But today's a day. Not much wind up there. It's wide open.
Bro, these guys are shredding this hole right now. And we haven't even gotten to the best drive, which unfortunately is going to be the worst approach. That is a very frustrating approach shot for Ezra, but typical round, it's not that frustrating, but you just saw 3 dimes thrown before him. Full send.
Yep.
Got to respect the effort there, provided from 100 feet, but yeah, it's another frustrating par for Ezra.
Look at the scorecard. Come on, Niklas Anttila.
It is just a walk in the park for this young man, coming off his big win 2 weeks ago at the Open at Austin, riding high on momentum right now, and coming off what you're talking about, a really hot second half of the round this morning. Doesn't look like he's slowed down any at all coming into round 3. He is on fire, as is McBeth.
Three birdies. That's pretty impressive.
And Austin Turner, absolutely shredding, truly. 4 under through 6 holes is a great pace. And he is losing some ground right now, but with a birdie like that, that's going to really keep him in it. I mean, that's just, you see the guys ahead of you, they are not missing holes. You got to get the birdies right now with the wind down. Holding on to the top 3 spots. McBeth at the top. And then to hole 7, blind, 375. I wonder if they've learned from the round before. It's a spike hyzer today.
Any kind of like sidearm, backhand, it doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere.
This green ain't gonna look like this when we get to the hole. I'll tell you that right now.
And the question now for the next few holes is, what is McBeth's disc gonna do?
What do you mean?
Well, he's up 2 strokes. It's in his hands. If he parks it, that's a potential 3 strokes.
I see. Well. Oh, it skips long. Oh, but it stays in.
That's wild.
He finds the one place on the OB line that actually has a tiny upslope behind the basket. It spins its way back to safe.
One of the pre-round notes that the starter gave us is if the OB line is where it is, you cannot move it.
Meaning, Niklas, sometimes these lines get kicked up by players, spectators, volunteers, whoever. Sometimes these lines can be a bit wonky. And you'd like to think that the line itself is the stake or the straight line between the stakes, which is denoted by the string. But the line itself is the way it is when you get to it.
That's right, unless it's been damaged, which is arguable.
Which is an arguable thing. This commentator thinks that it should always be a straight line between the stakes and the...
Oh, what a gnarly skip that he did not deserve. And when it rains, it pours. I mean, Ezra needed a stroke. No way was that skipping.
Never has that sentiment been more appropriate than this week.
That was a close putt.
Austin off right side. Now, is McBeth able to keep the perfect streak alive? No, spits out the left side.
Oh.
Maybe not a pure spit out, but that really tried to hang on.
Not just a little left, but what an effort from a knee up on the elevated basket, and Ezra dropping it in.
Good save. Doesn't lose any strokes to the leader. I think at a certain point, if he doesn't start getting some birdies, he's going to be out of it.
I mean, yeah, he's back 5. I mean, it's not. No, he's just got to get birdies, like
It's
tons.
just the reason I say that is because the wind is not a big factor.
Yeah.
And there are some 2-stroke swings out here, but
he needs both Niklas and Paul to.
he needs help.
Yeah.
He's going to need help. And so it starts right there with a good par save.
You got that right. A par save that many of us would not have made.
Yep. And McBeth the basket did not want it. It just didn't want it. It was a good putt.
That's his first par, too.
Niklas doesn't have one of those yet.
Oh, my goodness.
Gannon goes to the flex play.
Yeah, that's gross. Going to be right in the middle.
That's as good as it can be thrown. I argue right there. That's perfect. It just puts very little effort into the distance that he achieves. And this, folks, is how easy hole 9 can play. You just don't ever see it played that easy.
No, you don't.
And that is going to be an 8 under front 9 for the world's #1 player. A player who has not taken down a tournament so far this season. And you know, after the season he had in 2024, he is sitting here impatient.
Yeah, he is ready.
And he's trying to do it from the 3rd card right now.
Niklas gaining a stroke on Paul.
Just one back. On to hole 8. Calm wind. This hole is a lot more attackable, a lot more birdieable. You want to throw a hyzer into the side hill, and from there, whether you're a forehand predominant player or a backhand predominant player chooses your next shot. This is a common way to get to the pin that I think
Niklas will be going this way.
No question.
I've seen Niklas go on that tight hyzer line, second shot, multiple times.
I think that's opened up over the years.
Yes, they cleared it out.
It looks a lot cleaner than it has in years past.
Just a nice, clean drive into the fairway, not missing the big island.
It's like the definition of a non-flashy, excellent player.
Curious to see as to how Paul attacks the hole. Is he going to go for the sidearm second shot or the backhand? I'm thinking backhand.
At this point, yeah, I think backhand. This is in the 500 range for the forehand. Like, to get the power to get there, that is humongous. He can get there backhand, be really tough. They'd be pushing everything he has for the forehand.
But I'm telling you, Austin Turner has an advantage on this hole.
Yeah, you can kind of cut the hole down by about, 80? Was that Niklas's drive, though?
I don't know.
I think it is. I think Niklas and Austin are going to be in a very similar spot.
Did he throw it too hard here? Almost, but no.
Yeah, close.
With the calm conditions, you can be where Paul is and Ezra are, and you can still score from here. It's just a touchy hyzer angle.
Does it get clean? It
Yeah.
does. Okay, C2 coming up for Ezra once again. He's been left with a lot of these C2 putts. But you'll take that.
Paul going hyzer. Needs to match the hill. It looks pretty good. It's wide, though.
It's a matter of what kind of skip you get. Well,
Ended up not being wide. It was hyzering out a little early, actually, and that's a hard one for birdie, that is.
he's already had one magical putt made so far this round.
It's true.
See if he's got another one in him.
This is where Austin needs to eat.
Yeah, Niklas's drive is just to the right. And
He hates
Austin-
it.
Yeah,
It's inside to the right. Could get through that tree. There's tons of space. Yeah, he did. And that's what happens. You get through that first tree, gets around there, he circles edge.
yeah, not a bad result in the end.
And this is one of my favorite shots to watch Niklas throw. No idea where this is going, but I'm assuming close to the bullseye. Oh, he doesn't like it.
A little early, perhaps.
Yeah, I think a little low right. Just safe, yeah.
Just didn't get the height.
I've seen him throw this shot in 4 times in way harder conditions.
Yeah, and just missed it this time.
Just missed it this time. It's not an easy shot. It's crazy that he's nailed it 4 times, like back to back to back to back. But
He just has a robotic nature to him.
very common thing that we experience.
Yeah, the rolling umbrella.
Here's a potential stroke for Ezra to get.
He needs him.
There we go. See,
Needs
he
it, gets it.
takes it.
Yeah, he doesn't just get it. You're right. He takes it. That's a huge moment there for Ezra. And although it's been a slow front 9, he remains in the picture.
These are the kinds of putts Austin's going to need to win this tournament. Give it to him.
Yes. And he's had birdie looks in round 1 and 2 on hole 8 from better approaches than this one and didn't capitalize. This time, center. So, the guys who look like they had an invincibility cloak show a little human side here on 8. Niklas with his first par of the round. Loved it. Tight race at the top. Gannonburr 2 behind the podium currently. Evan Smith through 17 holes. He's once again having a great tournament. Just a matter of time for that young man from South Carolina before he puts it all together. Guy's got a lot of game.
Yeah, that shouldn't take long. Evan is
got the tools.
Extremely good.
Hole 9, par 4, 763 feet. A tighter OB this year makes this hole a very difficult decision off the tee. The high flex play or the low ceiling backhand turnover or the low ceiling forehand. Austin Turner, low ceiling backhand.
Let's just avoid this OB on the left side as he's doing. He's
That's
getting
ideal.
right. He doesn't need to flirt with anything. Sit. Yeah, good. He needs to get over there because he can unleash a backhand from anywhere. As long as he's got like flattish ground, just get on top of that slope there. Ezra going for the backhand. This is a tight little low backhand if he's going for low. Yeah.
He's the kind of guy to do it though, man.
Oh, yeah, dude. Come on. Getting it flexed out.
He's one of my favorite gap hitters in the game right now. He doesn't hit a gap. He splits gaps. You know what I mean? Like he is so aggressive the way he strikes it.
Niklas has been throwing high here. Is that what he's going to do? It is.
That is just the most Niklas line though, is it not?
Yeah,
Just
it is.
so controllable for the way he throws. And is that Ezra's disc like
Yeah.
60 feet back? I mean, goodness gracious, what a shot.
What is McBeth going to do up a stroke?
Looks like he's got the nose up high Anheuser play lined up.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Oh, I love it.
very diggable.
These guys are taking advantage of the calm conditions.
Watch out, catch cam, and watch out, Niklas. You just got dunked on too, bud.
With the way this hole was redesigned, these guys that are going over the top have figured it out. They are the only ones that are getting good birdie looks at
Is
this
this
hole.
flattening up, or is it long enough to beat the corner? Not quite.
Not, and it could be hard to get up and down depending on where he's sat.
It gets pretty thick and sticky in there. It's no easy pars.
Ezra
get
going
deep.
sidearm here. Thought he for sure was going to just rope a backhand turnover.
That is shocking, and I think you could see the disc at the end of that catch cam footage. That is going to be a tough up and down save.
Let's see that Niklas Anttila forehand. It's good. Oh, that's a birdie, folks.
That guy got tired of those par things. Those were annoying. And he's going to match Gannon's 8 under effort on the front 9.
All right. And he puts the ball in Paul's court.
This looks early.
It does, but that
such
can work.
a big drive that it early shot. Yeah,
Just a little lazy.
Yeah.
A little bit lazy, but he beat the corner and he's putting.
a drive that far, you can throw it a little bit lazy like he did. But yeah, definitely was looking for a more committed shot to get close.
Yeah, I know what he's looking for there. There's a couple holes in the ceiling, but there's nothing low. Austin, this is good. If he can stretch out, he'll be fine.
Slow down. Okay. Yeah, that's a frustrating one for Ezra. He was far enough that he knows that he could have worked the backhand into this line, and he's going to pay the cost of at least one stroke, more than likely a couple. Oh, okay.
That's brutal. He's all over it.
So close on so many of the runs.
Another knee putt from Paul.
He has thrived at these putts in the past, and this time off the top, opportunity missed for McBeth after that booming drive. Steady cleanup. Takes care of business. And Niklas is about to tap in for the birdie. And when he does so, he's going to be tied at the top. And no longer can McBeth completely control his destiny anymore like he could have just a few moments ago. Ezra will tap out for the only bogey stroke that we have seen on the front nine.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot more of that in round two, but the wind was brutal. One last check-in on the front nine here. We got hole 11 with Gannon, who is on an absolute heater. This is going to bring him to 10 under through 11 holes. Just the solitary par. Man, he is on one right now. Tied for the podium spot right now, Austin Turner. Just one back of the lead. Things are getting real hot in the sloppy South here in Nashville, Tennessee. Man.
Yeah, it's about to get real. I mean, 3 guys. Great chances. All
Four.
of them. 4 guys.
We got 4 guys who all have a legitimate shot at the claim here for the Music City Open. Who is taking home the coveted Gibson guitar, valued at, I think, $3,000. Ask Simon about how they play. They sound real nice, I'm guessing. I don't know if any of those guys know how to play the guitar, but I'm sure we could get them a lesson. Who's going to take it home? 9 more holes to go. We're going to find out soon. Like and subscribe, or we won't show you. That's my promise to you. All right, bye.